Imagine this. You are supposed to go to the gym tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., but after waking up, you lazily pull the blanket over your head and stay in bed. Right at that moment, a message pops up on your phone. Buddy, you didn't show up today, so as per the rule, 5,000 taka has been transferred from your bank account to mine. How would you feel? Yes, the author used this real and ruthless method from his own life to banish his long standing morning laziness like magic. It was because of this psychological fear of financial penalty that he managed to achieve his desired fitness in just 12 weeks. Every day we make countless promises but give various excuses when it comes to breaking them. In today's video, we will learn how, not just with motivation, but by using accountability, a specific nighttime plan, and the world-famous 10-3-2-1-0 formula, you can conquer your daily battlefield so that you rule the situation instead of letting the situation rule you. Come, let's begin the journey of transforming your life into a perfect masterpiece or a unique creation today.
Chapter 1: An Epic Battle for Your Life. Most people wake up every morning without any goal and spend the entire day as victims of circumstances. The author says that each day is actually an epic battle for your life, where on one side there is you and your dreams, and on the other side there are the day's various distractions, laziness, and tasks imposed by others. If you do not plan to control your day the night before, then the surrounding chaos will destroy your entire day. The core essence of this chapter is success is not a matter of luck. Rather, bringing the day under your control means taking extreme personal responsibility for making the very first decisions of the morning. In this chapter, the author mentions a time of extreme frustration in his own life and refers to Stoic philosophy. At one point, he used to suffer from intense anxiety and would feel lost under the pressure of work all day long. Then he found a new direction for his life from a quote by the famous Greek philosopher Epictetus. The quote was, "We should make the best use of what is in our power and take the rest as it happens naturally." From this philosophy, the author realized that the morning hours are entirely under his own control, and if he neglects that time, then after midday, phone calls and emails from the outside world snatch away the peace of his life. Imagine that you are a skilled sword-fighting warrior and you're about to step onto a battlefield. If you run into the battlefield with your eyes closed, completely empty-handed, leaving your sword at home and wearing no armor, the enemy will hack you to pieces within the very first second. Here, your each new day is that battlefield, and your plan and routine created the night before are your strong armor and sharp sword. If you step onto the field without armor, the day's notifications, social media, and laziness will easily defeat you. 3 core lessons. Each new day must be viewed as a battle where your main goal is to maintain full control over your own time and attention. The very first decision upon waking up in the morning determines whether the rest of the day will remain under your control or if you will spend it as a slave of circumstances.
Chapter 2: Control your morning, bring your life under your own control. The way you spend the first 1 to 2 hours of your morning determines the exact trajectory of your entire day. The author says that the most successful people in the world do not do anything vastly different from others after waking up in the morning. Rather, they follow a specific and strict routine. Ordinary people wake up and immediately check phone notifications, letting others' thoughts into their own heads, causing them to lose mental control right at the start of the day. The core essence of this chapter is If you want to keep your day under your own control, you must keep the outside world completely off during the very first moments of the morning and finish your most important task before anything else. In this chapter, the author mentions an excellent case study of the rule of waking up 15 minutes earlier that he created in his own life. The author noticed that whenever he woke up in a rush every morning, his mood would remain irritable all day long and he would have no focus on his work. After that, he decided to wake up just 15 minutes earlier than his usual time every day. During this slight 15 minutes, without touching any phone, he began to sketch out the main task of his day with a completely calm mind. This small habit of waking up just 15 minutes earlier eliminated all the mental stress of the morning inside him and increased his work productivity multifold. Imagine a heavy freight train standing on a massive railway track. When the train first starts moving, its speed remains extremely slow and the engine requires the maximum amount of energy to make it active. But once the train gains momentum, even if an entire brick wall is erected in front of it, the train will smash through it and effortlessly move forward. Here, the first 1 hour of your morning is the time for that train to make its initial start. If you can create momentum in the right direction at this beginning, then even a wall of thousands of daily busynesses or hassles will not be able to ruin your focus. 3 core lessons. The morning hours are the time when you have the highest balance in the bank of your attention. Spending this time on others' emails or messages is a kind of mental crime. The decision to wake up just 15 minutes earlier than your usual time can radically transform your work pace and mental peace for the entire day. No reactive work, such as watching the news or scrolling through social media, should be done in the first 1 hour after waking up. Only proactive work must be executed. Task. Tomorrow, wake up exact. Chapter 3. The 3 Pillars of Conquering the Day. Hoping to spend a perfect day without any specific plan is the same as sailing a ship in an unfamiliar ocean without a map. The author says that willpower alone is not enough for success because under the pressure of the day's work, willpower eventually runs out. To keep the day completely under your own control, you must design your lifestyle based on 3 pillars: planning, preparation, and execution. The core essence of this chapter is you must write the script or play of how your tomorrow will go tonight so that not a single second is wasted in the morning thinking, "What do I do now?" In this chapter, the author mentions a special strategy from the wartime and political life of the famous American president and general Dwight Eisenhower. Eisenhower believed that on the battlefield, only a specific plan made before the start of the war can keep a soldier alive. He used to divide every task of life into 4 categories known as the Eisenhower Matrix: what is urgent and what is important. Connecting this philosophy with modern life, the author shows that successful people never wake up in the morning and think, "What can be done today?" All of their plans are made the night before. Using this formula, the author saved his own business from bankruptcy and doubled his daily work productivity. Imagine a world-famous chef who will cook the main dish for a royal feast. He does not stand in front of the stove to chop onions or run here and there looking for spices. Before the cooking even begins, all the vegetables are beautifully chopped on his table, spices are measured in bowls, and oil and water are properly arranged. Your each day is also exactly like this cooking. If you do not arrange all the ingredients of your work, books, files, or notes the night before, then at the actual time of work, the fire of the stove of attention will go out. 3 core lessons. Willpower is like a draining battery. Therefore, the morning hours must be reserved for making difficult decisions. Tomorrow's task list must be prepared right before going to sleep tonight, not in the morning. Simply determining what you will do is not enough. The preparation of when and at which table you will do the work must also be set in advance. Task. Before going to bed tonight, write down in a diary exactly 3 of the most important tasks for tomorrow and specify when you will do them. Chapter 4. The 5 Rules for Your Success. Freedom without rules or discipline is actually a form of illusion. The author says that many of us think that following rules makes life boring or captive, but the reality is, rules give humans true freedom. If you do not create some strict boundaries or rules for yourself, you will remain a slave to other people's wishes and circumstances. The core essence of this chapter is you must create 5 such personal rules for the protection of your career, health, and relationships that you will follow under any circumstance. And these very rules will keep you on the right track during the most difficult times of your life. In this chapter, the author mentions a highly chaotic time in his own life when he was about to destroy his career due to a habit of excessive alcohol consumption and partying. Waking up one morning, the author decided that if he continued like this, he would never be able to reach his goal. He wrote down 5 rules for himself in a diary. One of the prominent rules among them was, I will go to bed by 10 p.m. on every weekday, Sunday to Thursday, and will not attend any parties. Ignoring thousands of pressures from friends and the fear of public shame, he remained steadfast in this rule created by himself. Miraculously, this discipline tripled his business income within just a few months. Imagine a fast-moving sports car that is rushing at high speed through a winding mountain road. On one side of the road is a deep gorge. Now, do you think that the strong iron railings on both sides of the road are slowing down the car or taking away its freedom? Not at all. Rather, because of the presence of those strong railings, the driver can drive the car at maximum speed with peace of mind and complete freedom. The 5 rules of your life are those railings by the roadside which protect you from falling into the gorge of life and increase your speed towards success. 3 core lessons. Remaining strict towards rules created by yourself is not captivity, but rather it is showing the highest respect to your own dreams. Among your rules, at least one rule must be related to the protection of your sleep and health. When you suffer from indecision upon falling into a temptation, these rules created by you in advance will save you from the wrong path. Task. Write down at least one concrete rule for your life in a diary today. For example, I will not touch my phone for the first 1 hour of the morning every day, and follow it at any cost. Chapter 5. The 10-3-2-1-0 Formula for Your Success. The beginning of a perfect day does not actually start from the morning. It rather begins from the deep and healing sleep of the previous night. The author says that if you cannot sleep properly at night, your body and brain will not be able to work with full energy the next morning, even if you force yourself to wake up early. The biggest problem of modern people is that even after going to bed, they remain busy with the day's fatigue and the blue light of gadgets. Consequently, the subconscious mind cannot become calm. The core essence of this chapter is to scientifically ensure an excellent deep sleep. The author has given a world-famous countdown formula that prepares your body for sleep step by step. In this chapter, the author presents a case study of his own insomnia and the lifestyle of modern corporate executives. The author noticed that many people drink coffee, work on office tasks on their laptops, or look at phone screens until 1 or 1 a.m. and then wonder why they cannot fall asleep after going to bed. The author then experimented on himself and discovered a biological routine named 10-3-2-1-0.
When he applied this formula to his own life and to his clients, it was found that the quality of people's sleep improved incredibly without any medicine, and they woke up the next morning completely fresh and energetic with miraculous energy. Imagine a massive airliner or passenger aircraft flying in the sky at a speed of 500 miles per hour. If the pilot tries to bring the plane down to the ground by slamming the brakes the exact second they see the runway, far from landing, the plane will be destroyed in a massive explosion. To land the plane safely on the ground, the pilot must gradually reduce speed from far away, adjust the wings, and turn on the landing gear step by step. Your awake brain is that high-speed airplane, and sleep is the landing runway. The brain's switch cannot be turned off abruptly as soon as you go to bed. It must be brought into a calm or landing mode gradually using a formula. The famous 10-3-2-1-0 formula given by the author in this chapter is listed below. 10 hours before. All caffeine or coffee consumption must be stopped 10 hours before going to sleep because the effect of coffee remains in the blood for a long time.
Chapter 6. Create a filter for your life. Every day we say yes to countless tasks that do not align with the core goals of our life in any way. The author says that success is not just about knowing what you have to do. A major part of success is knowing which tasks you must strictly say no to. If you do not have a specific filter or guiding principle in your life, then people's requests, useless hangouts, and unnecessary projects will drain away your valuable time. The core essence of this chapter is creating a mental filter based on your own dreams and values so that whenever an opportunity or request comes before you, you can decide in a single second whether it aligns with your life or not. In this chapter, the author mentions a case study of himself as a successful consultant in modern business. At one point, the author used to think that the more clients or business offers he grabbed, the faster he would become rich. As a result, he would get involved in projects that took away his mental peace and distracted him from his core business. After that, he created a strict filter test for himself. He made a rule: no matter how much money an offer was worth, if a project did not align with his 5 personal rules and kept him away from his family, he would directly say no. After using this filter, miraculously, his workload was cut in half, but his business profits and life happiness doubled. Imagine you are experimenting with chemicals in a laboratory and you have a glass of dirty water mixed with mud and sand. You used an expensive and high-quality filter paper or strainer to clean the water. What does this strainer do? It traps all the mud, dirt, and sand at the top and allows the highly valuable clean drops of water to collect in the vessel below. Your mind and your daily 24 hours represent that clean vessel below, and the ideals you create are the filter paper. If you do not have this filter in your life, then all the trash, useless requests, and waste of time from the outside world will make the vessel of your life dirty. 3 core lessons. Your time is limited, so you must stop sacrificing the valuable goals of your life just to make someone else happy. Learning to say no politely but firmly is one of the greatest life skills in the world that protects your focus. Whenever a new opportunity comes forward, ask yourself, will this task help me reach my goal 5 years from now? If the answer is no, then put an end to it right there. Task: today make a list of tasks to which you continuously say yes despite being unwilling, solely out of fear of public shame or to please someone, and decide that the next time you will politely say no. Chapter 7. Accountability and your personal team. No matter how much willpower or motivation exists inside oneself, A person cannot remain disciplined alone for a long time. The author says that when we make a promise to ourselves, we easily break that promise when situations get tough and forgive ourselves with various excuses. But when another person's eyes are on our work, we are compelled to complete the task out of fear of public shame or accountability. The core essence of this chapter is to make the goals of your life successful, you must find a mentor or an accountability partner in front of whom you will be afraid to slack off and who will continuously pull you up onto the right track. In this chapter, the author mentions a real case study of losing weight and achieving body fitness in his own life. Despite trying for many years, the author was unable to reach a specific weight. Every morning, he promised to go to the gym, but after waking up, he would lazily stay in bed. After that, he came up with an idea. He made a fitness trainer friend of his accountability partner, and made a rule that if he failed to reach the gym by 6 a.m. on any day, he would have to pay $50 to his friend as a penalty. Out of fear of this strict accountability and financial penalty, the author's morning laziness vanished like magic, and he managed to achieve his desired fitness in just 12 weeks. Imagine that you are riding a bicycle up a steep mountain road. Because the road is highly slippery and steep, your legs are continuously getting tired and you are at risk of falling off the bicycle at any moment. But, right at that moment, if a powerful car comes and stops behind you and the driver of the car throws a strong rope to you and says, "You just hold the handlebar, I am pulling up the rest," how much easier will it become for you to go up? Here, this steep mountain road is the difficult path to your success, and that car behind you is your accountability partner or your mentor. Whenever you get tired and want to give up, their supervision and support will pull you upward. 3 core lessons. Rather than fighting a battle alone, keeping a right mentor or a strict accountability partner by your side increases your probability of success 10 times. Do not make someone your accountability partner who easily accepts the excuses of your laziness. Rather, choose someone who can be strict with you. Revealing your goals and deadlines to the positive people around you creates a kind of psychological pressure to complete it. Task. Find one such trusted friend of yours today. Tell them about a major goal of yours and say, "I will give you updates on this work every week. If I don't, you will hold me strictly accountable."
Chapter 8. Ways to Overcome Temptation. The world around us is designed in such a way that our attention is ruined every second and we fall victim to temptation. The author says that temptations like laziness, eating junk food, or scrolling through social media do not happen due to the weakness of your willpower. These happen because of the wrong setup of your surrounding environment. When temptation is right in front of your eyes, it is impossible to chase it away from the mind. The core essence of this chapter is, instead of fighting directly with temptation, you must arrange your surrounding environment in such a way that practicing a bad habit becomes very difficult and practicing a good habit becomes the easiest. In this chapter, the author mentions a real case study of one of his clients who wanted to lose weight but was unable to quit the habit of eating random junk food every night. Even though that gentleman maintained a strict diet all day, upon returning home at night, he would sit in front of the TV and start eating ice cream and chips. The author gave him a simple environment-changing therapy. He was told, "Throw away all the chips, cold drinks, and ice cream from your fridge and kitchen into the dustbin today, and keep fresh fruits and water there." When the gentleman removed all sources of temptation from the house, he would no longer go outside at night out of laziness just to buy chips. Out of compulsion, he started eating fruits, and within just a few weeks, his weight decreased incredibly. Suppose you are dieting and have promised yourself that you will not eat any sweets or chocolates, but every time you sit at your reading table or work desk, you keep wonderful, colorful, and delicious chocolates arranged right in front of your eyes in a glass jar. Now, no matter how great a scholar or self-controlled person you are, if that is right in front of your eyes, your brain will restless every second to eat it, and at one point, the wall of your willpower will break. But if you keep that jar locked inside the topmost inner drawer of a locker or closet, then out of laziness alone, you will not feel like eating it repeatedly. This is called optical and physical distance, or keeping the temptation out of sight. 3 core lessons. The most scientific way to conquer temptation is to remove the object of temptation from right in front of your eyes forever, rather than relying on your own willpower. If you absolutely must do a harmful task, create some obstacles in the middle of it so that your subconscious mind does not want to do that task due to laziness. Chapter 9. Maintain your momentum. Spending a perfect day and becoming successful in your career or life is easy, but maintaining that streak of success day after day is the real challenge. Author Craig Ballantyne says that many people follow a routine for a few days with great enthusiasm or motivation, but they become lazy as soon as they achieve a little success, or completely break the routine when a small failure occurs. When you lose the rhythm of work, your momentum drops to zero. The core essence of this chapter is the real secret to sustaining success is not motivation, but rather maintaining the consistency of small, daily good habits. No matter how small the task is, continuous daily practice will make you invincible. In this chapter, the author mentions a real case study and the mindset of a world-renowned golf player. Whenever that champion golfer won a major tournament, he would not spend the next day lying around celebrating. The very day after the victory, he would return to the golf course at 5 a.m. to start his basic practice again. The author asked him, "You just won the trophy yesterday. Why are you on the field again today?" The player replied, "If I miss practice today in the joy of victory, my brain will become lazy with the arrogance of winning, and the actual momentum of my game will be lost." From this event, the author made a rule in his own business life that as soon as each successful project ended, he would immediately start working on the next project, which never allowed his company to stall. Imagine you pushed a massive stone and rolled it from the top of a hill downward. When the stone begins to descend, its speed becomes so intense that if small trees or obstacles appear in front of it, it smashes through them and keeps moving down on its own. You do not have to apply extra force. But if that rolling stone gets stuck in a large hole midway and becomes completely static or stops, you will have to pour all your physical strength into making it active again. The consistency of your daily work is that rolling stone. As long as you remain active in your work, the work will seem easy, but once you stop out of laziness, restarting will become twice as difficult. 3 core lessons. Motivation helps you start a task, but daily discipline maintains your work momentum. Instead of becoming arrogant after spending a successful day, you must arrange your plan again the night before to make the next day even more perfect.
Chapter 10. Creating a big goal for your life. Why do most people fail to achieve something miraculous in life? Because their goals are extremely small, vague, and dull, which fail to generate any enthusiasm or energy inside them. Author Craig Ballantyne says that the ultimate purpose of spending a perfect day is to propel you toward a big goal in your life. You are waking up on time every morning, following a routine, but if you do not know the specific destination of where exactly you want to reach in life with this routine, then this discipline carries no meaning. The core essence of this chapter is your goal must be so big and meaningful that it pulls you out of bed every morning at rocket speed and makes all the small distractions around you look trivial. In this chapter, the author mentions an excellent philosophy from the life of Andrew Carnegie, one of the most successful entrepreneurs and philanthropists in modern history. Carnegie was once the richest person in the world, but the goal of his life was not limited merely to earning money. He had written down a big goal of his life in a diary at a very young age. The goal was that I will spend the first half of my life solely working hard to earn money, and I will spend the remaining half of my life distributing all that earned money for human welfare and the expansion of education. Carnegie chased this big goal until the last day of his life and established thousands of libraries across every corner of America. This massive goal was exactly what helped keep him extremely focused and invincible every single day of his life. Imagine you are standing in the middle of a dark, dense jungle and you have a small matchstick or a candle in your hand. With the light of this candle, you can perhaps see only about 2-3 feet near your feet. But you will never be able to understand which way the path lies ahead through the darkness a little further away. But if instead of that candle, a massive and bright pole star suddenly lights up in the distant sky, then even if you lose your way in the deep jungle, you can effortlessly reach the correct destination just by looking at that star. The big goal of your life is that pole star in the sky which eliminates your daily minor darkness and confusion to show you the right path. 3 core lessons. The clearer and bigger the goal is, the longer your inner willpower and work momentum will last. The rule for setting an ideal goal is it should touch upon these 3 sectors: your career, financial growth, and social contribution. Recall your big goal with closed eyes at least once every morning. This will cause your subconscious mind to start looking for opportunities to fulfill that goal throughout the day. Task. Open your diary tonight and write down completely clearly on at least one page, without any hesitation, what you want to see yourself at within the next 5 years and what you want to contribute to society.
Chapter 11. The Ultimate Blueprint for Your Perfect Life. In this final chapter of the book, author Craig Ballantyne ties all the formulas of the entire book into a single thread. He says that spending a perfect day is not a one-time event. It is actually the first step toward building a perfect life. If your days are under your control, your years will be successful, and if your years are successful, your entire life will take on an epic form. The true freedom or fulfillment of life does not reside in the arrogance of money, but rather in maintaining full control over your own time, health, and relationships. The core essence of this chapter is: discipline is the only key to freedom. The self-sacrifice and rules you are following today against your own whims are exactly what will elevate you to the pinnacle of a free, anxiety-free, and successful life tomorrow. In this chapter, the author shares an emotional case study and the rewards of his own long journey. At one point, the author used to think that following a strict routine might destroy all the joy in life, but after following this perfect day formula for many years, he realized that this very discipline had given him the greatest gift in the world. Today, he can take vacations whenever he wants, run businesses to his own liking, and wake up in peace every morning without any mental stress. Giving examples of his thousands of successful students and clients, he shows that everyone who strictly applied this formula eventually managed to transform all the dreams of their lives into reality. Imagine a skilled sculptor or statue artisan who has started working with a massive and rough piece of stone. Every day, as a matter of routine, he strikes the stone with a hammer and chisel. During these daily strikes, many unnecessary parts break away from the stone, and at the beginning, the task seems highly monotonous or cruel. But at the end of the day, as the result of these continuous, disciplined strikes month after month, a wonderful and perfect royal statue eventually emerges from that ordinary rough stone. Your daily discipline and sacrifice are those strikes of the hammer and chisel which shatter the laziness inside you and transform your life into a perfect masterpiece or unique creation. 3 core lessons. Discipline brings you true freedom. If you stay within rules today, you will be able to enjoy life on your own terms tomorrow. You do not have to wait for any magic to achieve a perfect life. Simply conquering today's day perfectly is enough.
Core message of the 11 chapters at a glance. Chapter 1. If you do not consciously arrange your mental armor and plan at the very beginning of each day, the surrounding chaos will destroy your entire day. Chapter 2. Waking up just 15 minutes earlier than your usual time and starting the main task of the day eliminates all the mental stress of the morning. Chapter 3. Prepare tomorrow's task list tonight before going to sleep so that time is not wasted in the morning thinking, "What do I do now?" Chapter 4. Create at least one strict rule for the protection of your career, health, and time, because discipline gives humans true freedom. Chapter 5. Turn off all digital screens 1 hour before sleeping and follow the 10-3-2-1-0 formula, which will give you deep sleep and miraculous energy the next day. Chapter 6. Learn to politely but firmly say no to all useless requests and unnecessary opportunities that do not align with your dreams and values. Chapter 7. To overcome your own laziness, find a strict accountability partner or mentor in front of whom you will be afraid to slack off. Chapter 8. Instead of fighting temptation, keep the harmful object out of sight and always keep the ingredients of good work arranged right before your eyes. Chapter 9. Instead of becoming arrogant after spending a successful day, return to basic practice the very next day to maintain the actual pace or momentum of work. Chapter 10. Keep your life's goal as big and clear as the pole star in the sky, which will pull you out of bed every morning at rocket speed. Chapter 11. Daily minor sacrifices and discipline act like a hammer and chisel to transform your ordinary life into a perfect masterpiece or a unique creation. Don't forget to let us know in the comments which of these rules you have already been following.